Boy, do we have a lot to discuss today, chat. I'm only joking, there ain't nothing to discuss, but sometimes you gotta make your own discussion. Remember that shitty Don Draper line about changing the conversation or something? But what happens when there is no conversation? Now that's a dark thought. I'll tell you what happened, chat. From the hours of, so let's look at this, where it's currently 9:14 p.m. From the hours of about 7:50 to 8:20, I fell asleep. And I woke up and I was grumpy. So maybe we should watch some videos today. I think it would be very exciting. I did see, because all of my desktop is just Claire Obscure shit, because I play the songs at the beginning right now, because I haven't met a song in 15 years. And I found among the greatest geniuses and their opinions on the game, and I was half curious. Jeremy Johns, of course, the smartest guy to ever exist. And Trash Taste. These guys are geniuses. Oh, and he also opened all the videos we got to check up on. I uploaded 2 new secondary ENT, even 3, since we last streamed, I think. The great PowerPoint is done, of course. What were we even doing last time? Yeah, Nicholas Light. What a young man that fella is. And his tweets, fine, I'll stream if I must. I'm finna be us a dad if you smell what I'm cooking. That was because Us's mum was in the chapter and she was looking hot, chat. That was the joke there, in case you didn't figure it out. Now, was my lack of an apostrophe and an S there intentional? That's up to your interpretation as the viewers of this great art. Also, I remember I added some weird videos to this fucking playlist. How Expedition 33 breaks you, brother. Remember when I was going to make a video about video essay titles? It just gets more true each and every day that passes. That was a video from like 3 fucking years ago or some shit. How to understand serial experiments Lane feel it. That seems vaguely interesting. Why Nevada has so many ghost towns. Now, that's interesting. The Big Three's war arcs are completely different, and here's how. That could be interesting. Oh, Dragon Ball Z Abridged is a hilarious masterpiece. I would be so curious what's going to be said about, DBZA in, like, a video essay form. It's just not... Bulma and Goku are more than friends. My goodness, now that's a video. Kingdom Hearts is not confusing. I swear I've seen videos like that before. Why Homer Simpson needs a job and Peter Griffin doesn't. Now that's an interesting video right there. Why Crash Bandicoot died. I feel like this is going to be the same video over and over again. How Expedition 33 subverts Final Fantasy's biggest trope. Yeah, they not actually gods. They just pretend to be gods or something. Hilarious. I saw that one video about, I can't remove that because I'm not on the same channel. About JRPGs and gods or something. There was also discourse about that video. Oh, speaking of discourse, if you go over to the great Kylie NT VOD's channel, there was a very funny comment that was left on the Anime Men video. And it kind of makes me extra mad that I didn't get to cash in on this discourse because it was so funny. Where is it? Which one? The Anime Men did nothing wrong. They don't agree. This is when we reacted to their apology video. And we have some comments on this one. Two, in fact, by the same feller. Hold on, we'll read them in order. They did nothing wrong, my ass. If they didn't do anything wrong, why did they apologize then? Well, he's got me there. If you see nothing wrong here, I guess you don't respect anything? Me? I respect everything. I'm a very respectable young man. And a respectful young man. When you accidentally ruin a legacy. I hate wrestling videos and I hate professional wrestling. You don't know shit, Mikey. I mean, you don't know shit if you think they did nothing wrong. Now, these were an hour apart. Now, it's a possibility that they were like 2 minutes apart, and this was at this one, and this was at this one. Hey, it's this terrible Jacob Geller video that was totally shit. Anyway, we're not talking about that right now. Or they actually watched the VOD, and then they reiterated it at the end, which is pretty funny. That reminds me, Miller wanted me to watch the Alexander Claire Obscure videos and see if they were bad. They're obviously bad. Is that even how you spell his name? I know it's very not much not. Alexander. Oh, there you go. Decoding Don Flamingo, One Piece's masterpiece or something. God, these are the worst titles, huh? 5 big predictions for Hunter x Hunter's Succession War. Spoiler alert, members only. We love the great members-only content. Do you think I should make everything on secondary ENT members only on the first channel and force the great Heath in chat to give me money? Heath probably wouldn't give me money. The aesthetic of Mad Men, members first. I gotta watch this video. But never stop celebrating Claire Obscure. Yeah, brother, I'm right there celebrating. The anti-villains of Claire Obscure. Totally, brother. How Expedition created the perfect character. This guy, the most boring character. Mael is hated, and she shouldn't be. Claire's... Nobody hates this girl. Anyway. I don't want to watch those videos, is the point of bringing this up.
I don't know if...
Hey, shut up. You know he got gifted 300 to 400 subs last night, and all he does is read manga on stream? Is that Alexander? Does he stream? That's crazy. I wish I streamed. Oh, I guess we should check in with all our videos. Our Claymore discussion has 204 views, and by 204 I mean more. Claymore rips. Oh my goodness. This one guy has left 20 comments, I think unironically. I don't know if this young man is just very autistic, or English is a second language, or he is using a speech-to-text converter. Because the way he talks is very weird. And like, they always say ... and can't say more about that, and laughs. It's very funny. It's just like, I think a bunch of this stuff, I shouldn't know. Like, they are sort of like light spoilers. And even this person said they didn't understand like where we were up to because they don't know the chapters off by hand. But it's like the most arrogant Claymore fan of all time talking about, yeah. Because we compared it to a bunch of things in this discussion, mostly Attack on Titan Berserk. And every time it's like, yeah, Attack on Titan sucks. You know, it just plagiarized Claymore. And it's like, yeah, you know, well, Berserk is pretty good. You know, Claymore far exceeds it. And all this stuff. And it's very funny. And like complete outlines and stuff. And like weird points about power scaling and fan service. And but I guess it's better than no comments. Which is what it probably would have got on my channel, I think. But anyway, it's very funny. Yeah, he was reading Tokyo Ghoul. That's my favorite manga. Reading a manga on stream sounds miserable, but I can't even read chat on stream, so what the fuck do I know? Now we are outpacing Elite RE's shitty Majoka Magic of...
The girl made it.
Shut up, Elite RE. See, I liked it. I'm trying to support here. You popped off with this one. Pfft, liars. Pfft, I don't think so. Pfft. Now, apparently Alita reposted this on Reddit. I don't know Alita's Reddit account to find it, but he said he was getting flamed in the Reddit comments or something, which is funny. Did you know Alita is like 22 hours into Hollow Knight? What an embarrassing young man he is, huh? Where's my Excel spreadsheet? Let's bring it up. We'll do the updates. I just play Crash Tag Team Racing. And by Tag Team Racing, I mean Crash Team Racing. It's cute that they have references to like way later Crash games in there, in like the aesthetic overhauls of the levels. Like there's a reference to Crash to Insanity in the Cortex Castle one where he's dressed up as Coco. And a bunch of the other characters in there. It's kind of crazy. It's like these weird... The Crash remakes kind of have a explicit like visual identity, and to throw like Twin Sanity stuff into there and to have it be like HD and modern is very weird, but it's cool. I was about to tab over and look something up, but what was it? City Animation is my new best friend, not me. I've only watched one episode. Oh, I watched episode 13 of Steins Gate. I watched a little bit of Sherlock. So we're kind of back on the things we required by contract to consume. I honestly haven't done a lot of Clair Obscur. So we'll get there. Don't worry about it. No. Oh, and I have read like 21 chapters of Claymore already since we uploaded the last thing, and since I started reading like the day before yesterday. I'm trying to figure out where to stop. It'll be interesting. I'll play it by ear as we go. Also, I have 4 days off starting now, or in 2.5 hours. So we better get that footy ENT video out, and we better get the Denji video at least scripted, I think. Which I have made a little bit of progress on. 230 views, this one's growing a little bit. No comments, I don't think. Just the great CeeLo Pilled helping him out. What did I see here? Used like a whore. Why it sucked being a medieval nun. Well, that doesn't sound very nice. Anyway. Oh, and I made a PowerPoint, and Mr. Gems commented on it, trying to get me to read, to watch that silly mecha show that nobody likes from the year 2007, I believe. Pathetic. And, what other video? The Chainsaw Man chapter review. Oh, yeah. Prerim's gone a little feral in these comments. Yeah, and Alita, he sent them to me and is like, what do you mean by this? Which the answer is, I don't fucking know. 81 views isn't the best for this one. I don't know why us isn't in the thumbnail predominantly from Alita Re here, so I had to make the title War and Chainsaw rather than Us's mum is hot, Lamau. And we would have got 1 million views. So Creedon here, an Alita Re fan, originally from the Alita Re community, says, I want to see Alita Re crying in pain. That's a funny comment. I like that comment. And I just thought I would inquire about the temperature of said comment here. And it said, which of his reprehensible behaviors did you have a problem with this time? Now, Creedon did leave a comment a few chapter reviews ago, disagreeing with something Alita Re said and agreeing with me. So Creedon's got a good track record here of calling out Alita Re's shitty behavior and his wrongness. It was hearing his Indian voice, that's all. Now, what the fuck does that mean? Alita Re's not Indian. He was Armenian. What's the difference? Am I right, brother? That's what us white people man. Oh, moustache jokes. Remember this one? This one was a funny joke. Oh my god, Dragon Ball music. We love Dragon Ball music. When are we watching Dragon Ball? Anyway, that was a funny comment series. I don't know how to respond to that to inquire further. Maybe you should do it, Heath. Maybe you should say, what do you mean by that? That's like that meme, from that fella, Drewski or whatever. This actually deserves all the hype. I'm pretty sure this is a Clair Obscur video from the Great Moist Critical. Let's just watch like 2 minutes of all these videos, huh? Let's see what the greatest minds of our generation, well, really the generation before mine, the bunch of old fucks over here, they're going to be dead soon. The great Asmongold. I'm sure he has good things to say. It's so funny. This game is like, they're all women characters, but they like it. It's a little weird. Anyway.
Man, I don't even have a review for this. Just sometimes I experience a thing and I want to talk about that thing. Also, just so you know, there's going to be no spoilers. It's a spoiler-free video.
True, it doesn't say review in the title.
gushing about a game. Because I'm faced with that dilemma of, well, do I want to unpack the deeper themes in the game, or do I want to entice people who maybe haven't played the game, maybe they're on the fence, but, you know, do I want to tell them, hey, it's worth checking out, you totally should do that.
Philosophy behind making the video. This is my favorite.
In a world where a lot of...
Wait, is that on our bingo thing? Oh, it's not even up. How am I supposed to judge a video if I don't have my criteria sheet? What do we even call it? What's a funny word for the, why make this video? The classic Kyle ENT why... Oh my god, I hate fucking Excel sometimes. Why I'm making this video. Introduction. Hilarious. Hey, click on this. Press play.
The enjoyment does come from the reveals in the game. I don't want to spoil that for you. So I'm going to opt for that path. Okay, so Claire Obscure Expedition 33, it's gotten a lot of buzz, a lot of hype. It's the game of 2025, so people say. But before the reviews, the big studios are wasting. I love seeing the little guys succeed. But they do have some voice
Oh my god,
actors
this is what I said?
You will recognize Andy Serkis plays a voice in here. This is one girl I enticed into playing this game because I was like, look, Charlie Cox, Daredevil, plays the main character in this game. Dude's face, I am convinced, is modeled after Robert Pattinson. No one will convince me otherwise. And now she's really looking forward to playing it. And I that for the first couple acts of the game, but by the time Endgame rolled around, I was rolling a completely different crew. Everyone feels like they have their place in terms of how you want to play. I really appreciate that. But if you go online, you go on YouTube, and you see the busted builds, it'll all come back around to one or two characters, one in particular, though she got nerfed. But the thing that really brought me into this game is the visuals, the art direction and design. The world is visually amazing. It's interesting. And you explore it all with the use of an overworld map. I love when modern games implement the overworld map. I mean, Final Fantasy's like the what now? I don't know, sometimes it feels like RPGs are like, that's so dated.
Yeah, shitty Final Fantasy remake
It's
didn't
about as
do
dated
that.
as the turn-based battle system. Yeah, but you can still make it fun and you can use it well, which this game does. Also the characters. The characters have this relatability to them. This banter, this dialogue they have with each other, which makes them feel like they're just normal people out here on this quest. The quest...
It's just not good banter. It's just bad. It's like not good. Why does nobody else say that it's not good? It's like self-evidently like corny. It's like three rungs below like Avengers 1 dialogue. Now Avengers 1 dialogue I actually like quite a bit, but it's like people make fun of the like Marvel dialogue stuff a lot. And then they like this game. Like it's just that but worse. But like incompetently worse. And it's not that bad. And I said this in my PowerPoint a million times where I was like, it's only like 5% bad, but it poisons the rest.
Kind of skipped over that part, sorry. There's this something out there called the Paintress, and every year the Paintress does what they call the Gomage, in which a number of people get Thanos snap. I don't even see the Thanos snap anymore. I simply see the Gomage.
That's
that
funny.
platinum trophy.
How have I never heard somebody make the shitty Thanos joke?
You'll be like, I feel accomplished. That said, if anyone's like, look, I love me a good trophy hunting, but I am locked out on account of the beach challenges, no one would judge it, because those beach challenges, say nothing to that motherfuckers like this. The game is not a parkour game, but when you go
I haven't done all these yet.
pour your ass up a flight, it's so long. And we all know the mechanic, you know, you jump onto a cliff.
Oh no. I thought it was just one parkour thing. I was going to make fun of him for it being kind of easy, but I haven't done this one. I thought it was just a one-off.
And you'll climb up. That works. You know, sometimes. Might not, and you just fall back to the beginning. You feel the slipperiness, the floatiness of the footsteps out there in the world. Then apply that to an obstacle course along
Oh, that's the one I did. I did this one.
In which you're just going to slip and fall. It's how it's going to happen. Like, you're going to give me...
Slip and fall, something. That's the Attack on Titan song.
Fireball Frogger from hell. Give me the precision of Frogger. Not this laggy-ass climbing up, shift to the side bullshit. Oh, there you go, there's another loss. Also, just so you know, of the three columns...
I didn't know that was a great mini-game I had to play
on that tower, the middle one's the only one in which you can actually ascend to the top and win. Wish I'd known that sooner. Absolute maniacs. Absolute psychopaths. Make a game this great, and mini-games this ball-numbingly frustrating. And then there's this absolute dick. The only bummer for me
I
is
already know about this guy. He's like the secret final boss. He's like the hardest guy.
All of the endgame except for Simon.
His name is Simon, and he has a gut sword.
For that boss fight. Ass beating more like, but still. By the time I actually went to the story boss to beat the game, I just melted the boss. It almost didn't feel fun for me. But okay, the Simon fight, he's Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. I beat Mike Tyson's Punch-Out in high school, and I was like, great, I never have to do that again. Then a couple years ago, I did it again, just see if I could do it again. I'm convinced you cannot beat Punch-Out on digital technology. You need the lagless bliss of analog tech. And NES hooked into a CRT tube television, so retro
True as Ciclet.
gamer. So
French grain, the evil person is a painter. Why have I never seen the Nazi discourse? Because she's not the bad guy, really.
I did. But really the mindset is absolutely Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. You just gotta go, okay, well after you go on YouTube and find the optimum build, and then realize they nerfed the optimum build.
They actually all paint.
So it's still gonna be a pain in the ass. You do that and have your B squad on standby for when Mile dies, but then you're like, okay, I'm gonna lock in, I'm going to challenge this enemy over and over and over again, because like Mike Tyson and Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, this is just an enemy that has moves with patterns in which I just have to gain the muscle memory.
Just parry it, bro. It's pretty easy.
No two ways about it. You just gotta dedicate a day to that task. That's the end game. The point is, the game itself, incredible. It's been a while. It's been a long time since I played a game that made me feel this kind of magic. That made story, unique and interesting perspective and take on all of it, a world that looks as incredible as it is fun to traverse and discover, and themes that stick with you. You will unpack when you're laying in bed at night, just thinking about the things. This game will definitely take up real estate as the main things. This game's also got to be...
I don't think so. It was kind of cool.
So, Cyclothon's great. Okay.
And Raising Light is cool. But so is Expedition 33. It's
Oh,
peak.
you want
I
to
still haven't played it,
It's
dude. I
peak.
want to play it so
It's
bad.
peak.
It's peak, guys.
I want to play so bad.
You know what? It pains me to give a W to the French.
Yeah, me too. It does suck. It does suck. It does suck. The French have done it
We've
again.
already given a W to the French with my Madagascar trip. We're giving them another one today. Never happening again.
No, it's dude.
I know
so
I'm gonna love the shit
so
out of this
fucking
game,
good.
but I legitimately have just not had time to
It
play
is
games.
my obsession. It is. I don't know. I kind of half regret.
They really are truly the worst, right? Like, none of these guys are ever going to say anything interesting. Like, it really is the Brittany Simon thing of they're like most layer 1 people of all time. Now, not in Brittany's layers, but in Minty's layers, of course. Where it's just like, it feels like they're so into anime, but they just have like nothing to say about it ever. And it's like the games are exactly the same. It's like they just say the things that everybody else is saying.
Starting on stream because I just kind of like it took every bone in my body.
It's
to
just
be
like 3 very unremarkable people that I don't know why anybody listens to.
no, do not play this now.
Yeah.
You need to wait to be on camera. And I'm like, fuck, I just want to load it up right now and just grind it a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, it's doing very well, very successful. It's made
Yeah.
by a team of 30-ish people.
Damn.
A lot of freelancers.
You know, it's pretty fucking small development team,
But,
brother.
yeah, I mean, it's just genuinely fucking peak.
It's like reinventing turn-based, right? That's what I've heard.
Pretty much.
I mean, it's kind of.
it takes elements of. Okay.
I've seen very little of this because I
Dark
kind of went like
Souls.
blind eventually.
Yeah.
But
So it's a little bit like, I guess, the Mario RPG where it's like turn-based combat and there's like, you have inputs you need to do.
True,
in
everybody
order
says
to
Mario
It's like
RPG
turn-based in a
too.
lot of ways. It is something that fully satisfies the active real-time battle part of my brain and the turn-based part of my brain. And there has never been a game that has been able to achieve that till now.
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
True.
Analogy, I hate to say it. I gotta say it. It's very similar to Dark Souls. It's just very similar to Dark Souls. No, because like, here's the thing that changes it from like being
Unrealistic dialogue. It is really fun. Like,
Yeah,
really, really nice. It's kind of nice to have a bit more dialogue, a bit more grounded in something.
Unrealistic
The
dialogue.
writer, it's their first time writing, and the writing is phenomenal.
Damn.
Like all the characters. And I said this when I was playing the game, but you know, sometimes in JRPGs there's a little bit of a tropiness that we lean into.
Like cheesiness.
You know, I think a lot of us who like JRPGs. That was my right. That was my right. Who like
One for the
JRPGs.
one,
Yeah. Like I think that there's that campiness or sometimes unrealistic dialogue that is really fun. Like
Yeah.
really, really nice. It's kind of nice to have a bit more dialogue, a bit more grounded in something.
Yeah.
And a bit, like sometimes characters say things like shit. That's what I would say in this situation. Which is, I've never said in a Final Fantasy game in my life. I've never said that.
True.
Persona.
Yeah,
Like it
Oh,
is.
really?
Like,
It is.
Which I
Say
think,
less.
which I think is just like that's just a natural evolution of how you present information. And I don't think that's fair to be like this is the Persona style. It's like yeah, I think maybe you should have a more
True.
dynamic.
The battle UI looks like Persona.
oh, I could have done this earlier to do with that boss and blah, 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 blah. And that to me is a much more effective way to like internalize the system and learn it. And it's so weird being like, flipping that round where I have being on stream, it's almost like the chat wants you to learn the system as it's immediately taught you in the tutorial, which is something I've never done. I've never internalized the
You
system.
naturally
You know?
learn it as you go a bit more.
Yeah.
You gotta experiment with it.
Yeah.
But dude, streaming this game is miserable. People are so annoying.
That would be annoying if stream was being annoying about things, because it is true you do get a tutorial with each character's like individual powers and you don't understand it at all until an hour later.
In the chat. It's kind of actually everything.
Yeah, another
But then sometimes you watch someone play and just
No, I know.
and just
What are you doing?
There's something guttural in you just to be like, ah, I can fix this. I can fix it.
True, it's almost like life is about perspectives, and if you're a chatter, you're gonna have different like wants and needs than if you're the streamer. Okay, the this
The new game
guy is
that
my
came
least
out
favorite
last
of the
week
bunch.
and has been received with the utmost. Expedition 33 is a new game that came out last week and has been received with the utmost enthusiasm. It's been getting glazed out the wazoo, a bukkake of compliments and accolades. I believe it's one of the highest rated user scores in all of Metacritic history, and also just one of the highest rated
True, it
games
was the highest for a little while.
ever in general.
Oh my goodness, he made a follow-up video about how it's a masterpiece. Oh, it's a stream.
And for a lot of people, this came out of nowhere, like an RKO. People talking about it like it was a surprise that flew under the radar, no one had heard of.
Guys, that came out of nowhere like an RKO. That was pretty funny.
Like this again, this is one of the few games where I couldn't help but start doing like 100% completion because it is just that good. Anyway, let's get to the game directly. The actual spaghetti and meatballs. Expedition 33 is a turn-based RPG with one of the best stories I've seen in gaming. Fucking period. Now I know it being turn-based has just made a lot of people roll their eyes and they're considering leaving the video.
It's just not good.
And there's also counters and another thing called gradients. So there's a lot of skill expression here where the parry timing in the dodge window is unforgiving. Assume you
No, it's not. I
bread and butter
parried
though,
everything. I'm a
which are
genius.
these cards that you'll pick up throughout the world or through fights that'll do things like crit on burn. So if you burn an enemy, you'll get.
This is an interesting, different video. This is just explaining the game.
This is a 100% shoe-in to win best OST this year. There's no game that I think will even come close. The soundtrack for this game
Sure.
is one of the best. I would comfortably put this up there with Nier. This is 100% a soundtrack that's going to be winning a lot of awards that it deserves. And in
You
fact,
know, I played that Nier game for like 15 hours or something. Now, that was a fun video game. I will finish that game one day. I don't remember the soundtrack at all. That's not true. But it wasn't like that great.
And every year she paints a number on that monolith. After a year, that number gets erased.
Oh,
and
story
everyone at that age
explanation.
dies. And every year, the
Nier
number gets lower.
song.
So if you guys
I'll remember this song when I hear it. Oh, it's better. This game was cool. I like this game. It was another game where I didn't know what the fuck the story was all about, but swinging the sword was really cool. I had a gut sword, by the way. I feel like I did this one. And then you would hold down R1 or whatever, and this thing would fire, so you would have to hold down R1 the whole battle while you were also doing everything else. It was kind of cool. And I think you could give this idiot commands over here. There's one song from this game that's like a chant, right? I kind of want to play this game. Ashes of Dreams 3.1 Way to the World English version. No, I don't remember no fucking... It says Nier Replicant. That's like the sequel, I think. Even though that's not the original Nier game. This one, it's gonna be this one. No, it's not this one. I'll never find the one from that thing I know. Ooh-wee! I kind of want to watch... I do want to watch all these videos. I kind of want to see if this Lane one is interesting at all first, so... Dog Ninja. Now that just doesn't make any sense. Talking about anime, video games, etc. I would never do such things. How anime makes you love the mundane. The apocalypse is kinda chill, actually. How Steins Gate makes time travel relatable. Loneliness. It looks like a visual novel video, though. Xenoblade is different. These are all interesting clickbaity titles. Oh, they're not actually that popular. Whoa! This is not a popular channel at all. Chrono Cross and the Violence of Choice. I gotta play Chrono Cross one day. Gee, none of these videos are very popular. I like the Lane thumbnail and stuff, though. I thought this was going to be a popular channel when I looked at the titles. 60k views when people's theme in Mario and Luigi Super... It's a dancing meme. And then a Xenoblade. With the worst title of the bunch with 11k views. The Unconventional Apocalypse. Girls Last Tour. I've seen people talk about this in YouTube videos. It's got a weird art style. So let's see. We just discovered the new next big YouTuber here, everybody. So let's sit our little asses down and listen, huh?
This is
Exhale. No, he's not exhale.
I don't know if this is the type of take to make people stand up violently and knock over a pot of tea, but I don't think you need a philosophy degree to get serial experiments.
Now this is because the title saying you feel it. This is kind of what I said in our discussion video, which I remember was not my conclusion like 2 rewatches ago, where I did think I like figured it out in terms of like philosophically and intellectually. And I remember, and I still can't remember what the point was, but it had to do with the colors and how it like connects to the different sides or something. But I don't think I remember writing that in a document. I just don't remember where. I would have been streaming at the time. I could probably go back and find the VODs or some crazy shit. But this time it's just like, it's very, like the rhythm of it is great. It's like enchanting or something. But let's see what they say.
Lane. It certainly presents itself as a sport in the Noetic Olympics, but I think people can get caught up in parsing every single unique proper noun and high concept through line, either literally or philosophically, on their first watch. I feel like this is a mistake.
Philosophy is lame.
Art analysis where you miss the forest for the trees. I do think that a work like Lane, getting people to research higher education topics, is awesome. Like, that's kind of what videos like this are for, right? But I do think to get people to seek out these topics and incite them to work on solving this dang riddle, they need to become invested in doing so. Therefore, if an audience wants
True, you're not gonna care about the cool themes if it's not a fun manga/anime.
to understand a cerebral, obtuse work, they have to get it first, you know? And how do you do that? I mean, vibes? This is a really hard
we
thing
said
to
that
do.
word
It requires a refined craft of whatever medium you are working in. With Lane, it's the audiovisual medium of anime. Like, how do you convey that the home life of Lane is uncomfortable and isolating? Through unsettling buzzing in the air, a close-up of Lane's mom's gross lips and gross chewing.
Yucky.
There is no sane reason for him to be laughing like that. After a traumatic incident, she comes home to a dark, empty house with no one to emotionally rely on since her fake family has clocked out of the factory for the day. I wonder how much they get paid for this. I could really use anything in this wealth inequality created recession. We can uniquely understand symbols and use intuition to feel the truth and emotion of a situation. I think most people have the ability to do this. They just need the right frame of mind to apply this. Like when we see an animated character crying, we understand that they are sad, even if we don't necessarily know why or even how crying works. Why can't we apply this to, say, a room filled with grayed out characters juxtaposed against one character in color? Or shadows being painted with dark but potent colors? Doesn't it make it feel like something is leaking through into this world, through those shadows? A lot of this surreal imagery feels like it's meant to be a painting, something you feel by looking at.
God, the
Like,
textures are so cool. He's kind of trying to figure it out too much, I think, here, to the point that I was making in that discussion video. I don't know the comments. I think this is one of the best interpretations I've seen of the series, and the difference between the real human connection and often the superficial. Well, I don't care about this. I just finished the anime for the first time yesterday, and I'm still watching it. And I started watching it because of the goddamn Serial Experiments Lame Soprano video. So I had no clue what I was getting into. Is there like a funny Sopranos edit? Damn, I just finished watching Lane. I feel like this video really nailed how I feel about the series overall. True. Hey! Don't do that. Okay.
this dude makes me feel powerful. What do you feel when you think of bears? Like, dang, they are cute, but also, get the heck away from me, man. Lane, a more reserved girl, wears thick pair pajamas that act as a hazmat suit against her family. Actually, quite a few of her outfits have bears on them when she is in meek mode. This is how I personally have tried to get serial.
Because the problem with this is when you try to delve into, like, initially when you're like, it's like the vibes of, like, the colors and the visuals and the rhythm or something. Once you start specifying things, and he specified a few things now where I'm like, well, that wasn't really my reading of it, you sort of, like, lose everybody. So, like, the vagary kind of helps.
Lane, the character. She can be a bit of a conundrum herself. Her personality pretty early on almost seems inconsistent. It moves on this pendulum, spiteful against chatty and trained passengers, meek and stuttery with classmates. Hey Lane, didn't I see you at the club last night? And cordial and chatty with classmates before going back to non-verbal mode and secretive. Snip, snap, snip, snap. But this inconsistency in itself can give us a way to peek into her psyche. And you find that her personality having different sides is something a part of her. But there seems to be some element about her identity that is off on its own and beyond her control. This is where it gets a bit heady. Lots of people observed around the time Lane came out that the internet is the closest thing we have to interfacing with the collective consciousness. And that has especially come true over time.
True, I said collective consciousness in our video.
All of these thoughts feel connected on the internet, so oftentimes when an idea is injected into the internet, it can proliferate like a virus and infect the viewpoints of many people. A recent, more mundane example of this is the Princess Zelda casting for the live-action Zelda movie.
Whoa. Hold on, I'm pausing and saying something. Isn't it funny? I think that Lane discussion video is probably one of our worst ones, because I really don't remember much of it at all. I had the realization of myself just now that, like, Mia was a part of that, and I don't remember what Mia thinks about Lane at all. I feel like they all just said, oh, you know, it sure was something. Alita really didn't like it or think it was interesting at all. Jockey Bacon watched it at 2 times speed. And I think Mia was just a little confused. It is funny comparing it to something like the Die Buster discussion or something. Or even the Gunbuster one. Which I think stand out more. Like, in the canon of the great discussion series we've done, I feel like Lane is, like, the least memorable one. Now, let me try and remember a more least memorable one. Isn't that funny? I don't know. I think it is it. I feel like all of the other ones are pretty good. No, the Fire Punch ones are a little weird. I don't know. Maybe it's the four people one that's ones that aren't so good. That might be true, actually. The Vinland Saga Season 2 discussions were pretty good. I don't know. It's just Fire Punch and Lane is such, like, we're not all gonna think the same thing. I don't think. Like, Bacon was never really gonna love Fire Punch. Ari might have, but then he didn't. And I think Mia thought it was okay. I don't know. Maybe the ones that I'm now having the self-awareness to realize the ones I think are the least memorable, the ones where people disagreed with me the most. And that is truly the bigger problem. What are we talking about? I think a trans girl, maybe, or something, is Zelda. It's a Hunter Shafir or something. That's this lady's name. And I don't know if she's, like, fake trans, like conservatives accuse her of being trans for some reason, or if she's actually trans.
internet, it can proliferate like a virus and infect the viewpoints of many people. A recent idea can put our thoughts impulsively into the ether. All of these thoughts feel connected on the internet, so oftentimes when an idea is injected into the internet, it can proliferate like a virus and infect the viewpoints of many people. A recent, more mundane example of this is the Princess Zelda casting for the live-action Zelda movie. Somewhere along the way, someone goes, "Hey, doesn't Hunter Schafer look like she'd be a good Zelda?" And suddenly, yeah, it's everywhere. People are having debates over whether she should or shouldn't be cast, like it's this real thing that is supposedly happening. Then when reality hits and she's not.
It is true. Where even I was clued into this discourse. And I honestly don't know if she actually was cast or wasn't cast.
Cast as Zelda. All of the response to it was that it wasn't Hunter Schafer. As someone from the outside in, this looks insane to me. Like, people forgot that this casting was just kind of made up. Like, people's reality has been distorted by this idea taking over.
It is funny that people do have, like, fan castings for a long time, and then it nearly never happens. Like, I remember Maisie Williams as Ellie in a Last of Us movie was, like, a big thing for a long time. Then that, like, never happened. That was, like, a thing she was asked about in interviews all the time and stuff like that. And Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange is, like, the opposite of that, where everybody was hyped about it, then it did actually happen.
See this sort of thing being taken advantage of nowadays by the rich and alt-right to spread fascist ideologies.
True. We love some good bread tube in our YouTube videos.
The line between the collective consciousness and reality becoming blurred. All this flow of information and misinformation and interpretations becoming manifest and overflowing to a point of incomprehension. Lane's sister goes dial-up mode because she becomes stuck in that limbo of wired and reality. What can happen to someone's identity because of this? Someone whose personality already flips back and forth depending on where she is. Like, say you inject an idea that she was in a club making a scene, or that she spread a secret of a close friend that only that friend should know. Suddenly that idea is spreading through the collective consciousness of everyone. That idea clinging to their consciousness whether it is true or not, whether they believe it or not, because the internet is basically a direct pipeline to your brain. And if you aren't prudent with how you consume the internet, you won't have a filter to differentiate between reality and the fake. Serial Experiments Lane is the sight and sound of someone struggling with their identity and how it assimilates with reality. The push and pull of Lane trying to take control of it. Lane's persona seems to be disconnected from her control. Like the legend of Lane of the Wired has no clear beginning. The Lane created at the club was a creation by Taro, a part of the Knights. This is part of the grand conspiracy plot, but I find it interesting that Taro explicitly says
it was
how much he likes that.
Watching shit at 1.5 speed is so real. Oh, Wildlight. I thought that was Heath saying that, but it is true. I can't tell if you're talking about the YouTube video or if you're referencing what I said before about Bacon watching Lane in 2x speed or whatever. Either way, it's pretty funny.
That Lane that he created. How the wild Lane is the one he wants to date. Like he is projecting an idea of a girl he wants onto Lane. When we see confident, abrasive Lane, it's usually in hostile situations, like the shooter or dealing with the Men in Black or confronting Taro. Like it's almost a trauma response to recede into a persona that can handle this better.
Cool.
Taro says that people's personality on The Wired is different than in real life, which is absolutely true in real life with the internet. Lane's default personality in the real world is also a response to others. She definitely cares about how she is perceived, like how when the idea of her spreading Alice's secret proliferates, she feels everyone's eyes on her. It feels like
okay, I'm kind of bored with this video. What else?
Only one who perceives Lane. Whenever this group of 3 friends flock to Lane, it seems to be to perpetuate some rumor about her that Lane actually doesn't have a relation to. Like, oh god, here comes the cornball committee. But it's always Alice who takes Lane at her word. But it is in reality that Lane can feel Arisu's heartbeat. Lane being given a body was the most important thing that has happened to her.
She did get a body, or she was born in the Wired or something. I'm proud of my 3-stream streak, but I'm afraid I'll have to break it now because I got to go. My goodness, Whitelight just came in to get his dailies. Why you always got to stream when I'm busy, Kyle? Haha, next time. Wow, my goodness, Mr. Whitelight, I dismiss you. You're allowed to leave now. All right, let's get into some Dragon Ball discourse. This is what we really want to see. I feel like a glazing DBZA video is going to be annoying. So we're going to see. Also, I did see, oh my goodness, Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. There was only 3 seasons. Remember when they promised the Boo Saga, but that never happened? I'm still crying about it. But yes, everybody is in the comments here. We got Kaiser Neko. I think I saw Lani Pator or whatever his name is in the comments too. So that's crazy.
Dragon Ball Z became legendary for its over-the-top fight scenes between galactic demigods, the week-long power-ups, the transformations that defined an entire generation of epic moments.
Never felt better. Wanna see?
But the only problem is what you're seeing now isn't actually Dragon Ball Z.
I didn't know. Oh, I didn't mean to skip.
That was just a taste of my
He's gonna get hit with a truck.
What you're actually seeing is one of the most legendary and hilarious internet parodies of all time, Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
Now I can't stop thinking about Vegeta with a mustache.
Today I'm going
Remember
to
all the fans sending their pictures with moustaches or something? I remember.
show you the complete story of how a scrappy fan-made parody from early YouTube not only did our childhood anime justice, but somehow became so much more than just a parody. A phenomenon in its own right, with sharper writing, faster pacing, and some of the funniest anime dialogue the internet has ever seen.
Sharper writing than what? Than Dragon Ball Z?
Squats all over your face.
Here's the crazy part though, it didn't start out that way. In fact, the early episodes were so amateurish that even the creators were shocked that people stuck with it.
How do you people do it?
How did anyone do it?
So how did
I watched most of these videos where they watch it back and talk about it, and I think I've said this like 1,000 times.
Team 4 start
but it is hilarious how like completely unfunny and like corny they are when they're talking to each other, and how like I do still think DBZA is pretty. It's always been strange, and I feel like I've always kind of felt that way. I watched them do a Nuzlocke of Pokemon Emerald one time. I guess they were okay in that. But also the way they talk kind of annoys me too. Is this true? Heath is linking me something on a Twitter account. Is it going to be football related? Is it going to be wrestling related? These are the only things Heath would defer to me on. Now, I hope I'm holding on to control just now. I wasn't. Hey! What the fuck did I just do? Kinosa? Get me out! Take me back to the chat! Hold on, I can figure this out. So if I wanted to go backwards... Oh, timeout and bans. Messages 99.9 plus. That's embarrassing. If I click follow, do I get to leave? No. Pop out? Nope. That's not what I wanted to do either. This happens all the time. How have I not figured out how to get out of this before? Timeout. Warn. Should I give Heath a warning? Just get me the fuck out of here. Click over here. I can't just close and reopen the chat. Oh, I can see the message now, though. There we go. How to read Berserk. Is it going to be just skip the beginning?
Please read the flashback first, and then you can start from the beginning. I accidentally read the flashback first, and I felt it was a way better experience than if I were to read it from the start. Certain events will happen that'll leave you in shock. Trust me, guys. It's a way better experience. Just trust me. Trust me.
Why did Heath send me this? Has Heath not seen Berserk? I have no idea what... It's like an old-ass talking point. That the Golden Age is great.
What was just a humble joke project and turn it into arguably the greatest Abridged series of all time. Back in the day, early YouTube was just becoming the Wild West of fandom, and DBZ Abridged hit like a spirit bomb. See, Abridged actually means condensing something to its essence, trimming the...
You know what the problem with these video essayists are? Is that none of them are any good. Now, this whole, like, lesson is literally just shit he's learned from things people have said. There's not going to be any research here. It's just going to be, this is like what we say in retrospect happened. And it's kind of annoying. And I don't know how I can tell, but I can see. Let's pinpoint what
was just
ticked me off.
Humble joke project and turn it into arguably the greatest Abridged series of all time. Back in the day, early YouTube was just becoming the Wild West.
Back in the day, early YouTube was the Wild West. Vaguely true, I guess.
Fandom. And DBZ Abridged hit like a spirit bomb. See, Abridged actually means condensing something to its essence, trimming the fat and keeping only the good stuff.
Abridged means you tell jokes by dubbing over the dialogue.
These series were fan-made projects where creators would take anime footage from the original show, redub it with their own comedic voiceovers, and often shorten episodes while exaggerating funny character traits. Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged series, all the way back in 2006, was the first...
It's like, get it? Yu-Gi-Oh! Is stupid, so this is what it is abridged. Heart of the cards doesn't make sense. I'm rich, haha.
Major Abridged series by Little Karibo, and after it laid the groundwork, others soon followed. One Piece, Naruto, you name it. However, none would reach...
The footage for One Piece and Naruto Abridged is the Team 4-star footage.
Abridged series by Little Karibo.
Is what I'm saying.
And after it laid the groundwork, others soon followed. One Piece, Naruto, you name
Low
it.
effort.
However, none would reach the heights of...
Why is free run on screen? What other videos does this guy make? This video isn't that bad, you know, I'm just being funny. Members only. It is cute. Actually, I don't know if it's cute or if I hate it that the member only videos are here now because it's good promotion. But it's like now it's kind of cluttering the page here. I don't know how I feel about this. Like you should be able to turn it on and off. Lots of member only videos, not too many not member only videos. I guess you can do it with search by popular. Love, Death, and Robots. True, I've heard about that. Nothing interesting.
What came next? By 2008, Team 4-Star, made up of Lanipater, Takahata 101, Kaiser Neko, and many other heights.
Lanny Pater? Presumably you watched some of the behind-the-scenes stuff to get the footage for that. And you said Lanny Pater? Lanny Pator, right?
What came next? By 2008, Team 4-Star, made up of Lanipater, Takahata 101,
Lanipater.
Kaiser Neko, and many others, would set the new gold standard.
It's made of mahogany.
Mahogany.
True, the great mahogany joke.
Began with a Skype call. Just a few guys messing around late at night, tossing ideas back and forth about abridging Dragon Ball Z. While they would eventually create one of the most beloved fan creations in anime history, Season 1 was rough.
Don't you love it when we come from humble beginnings?
To say the least. The mic quality...
True, remember the great Blind Wave reactions where Shane clearly thinks this is lame and gay for like the first 7 episodes, and then Eric kind of convinces him it's okay. And then when they're reacting to episode 15, he's like, man, this fucking shit sucked at the beginning, but now it's pretty good. Classic Blind Wave stuff, classic. Do you have an opinion on what anime character is most Charlie Kirk-like? Literally nothing has jumped into my head. I have an empty head right now. I feel like I never really watched Charlie Kirk stuff. He was just vaguely annoying and retarded. And then he got shot. Vaguely annoying and retarded and then got shot. There's got to be a funny character comparison in there somewhere. The dad of the one kid that Krillin thinks is a girl but is a boy Native American character that Mercenary Tao kills because he died. And he was retarded, I guess.
Bad.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, I could eat anything right now.
Me too.
What?
Nothing.
Some characters
The Princess Snake voice is great.
sound like they're recording through a tin can, and you could tell they were still figuring things out as they went.
Okay. I'm drinking OJ.
Now it's orange juice.
Now it's apple.
Apple juice. Now it's beer.
The voice acting, it took time
Hey, I know the whole line.
to develop. You'd think working with characters that already have their personality, delivery, and story arc figured out would be easy to work with and parody, but it really isn't. At the beginning, many characters didn't resemble what they'd eventually sound like.
True, they did a Donkey Kong's thing.
Are you
True, they changed voice actors sometimes.
Yes, Goku. I'm a great
He's not a goddamn Yoshi.
fucking dinosaur.
Or how they might act. In fact, you could really tell they were leaning on one simple but effective trick, the fact that writing assholes is easy.
He blew into more pieces than Yamcha. Krillin. What?
Almost nobody was safe from being an exaggerated jerk when they needed to be for a scene.
That's all you appear to be good for these days, huh? Used your bitch foo on him.
Because that kind of humor is a reliable crutch when you're still finding your style. I mean, I don't even think Krillin, the
Now that was from season 2.
sweetest and most adorable training dummy with no nose, stops being a stupid bald jerk until he gets killed. On Namek, an entire season from now.
Holy crap! So this is what being important feels like.
But don't you worry, he gets his comeuppance.
What did I say?
I mean, there's literally a
True.
scoreboard.
I remember he fucked Android 18 and the count went down.
Everyone remembers the Krillin own counter becoming the go-to joke for every moment with him, oftentimes getting owned when he didn't really deserve it. Maybe they went a little too far.
Krillin, stop! You're making him stronger.
But we loved it, the longest running gag in the entire series.
I might not be good for much, but I can lift.
If we make it through this, I am going to rock his forfeit world.
But
This
what
was
about their
epic.
other jokes? They were throwing out whatever pop culture references they could think of, some that aged poorly,
The desolation, the ruin, the horror.
Oh my goodness, this is the cyclone joke.
Are we New Orleans?
Krillin. What? Too soon.
and some that aged like MILF.
Hey, Mom, why do you never seem to age? Oh, your father won't let me.
And yet they still found time to make fun of DBZ's plot holes.
Yeah, that's it. I'll grab him and throw him out of the window.
But while the voice acting and
True. Why didn't Piccolo just throw him out of the way?
character writing were even then
Heath is linking more TikToks. Now, this better be about Charlie Kirk. Now, I can only see Heath's comments on my computer here. I'm trying to scroll here, mouse. But it's this new one's not popping up. No, don't take the chat. Can I close it and reopen it? How hard is it going to be to reopen the chat? I'm scared. I don't want to click it. Whisper. Oh my god. It worked. You just gotta click Whisper. Charlie Kirk is an anime character. Hey, this is the one that went viral for liking Griffith. Or Berserk, rather. He didn't like Griffith.
It's worth something. The answer jumped out at me. Sweet
Guts.
Jude. Sweet Jude. Why? Their
Sure.
characteristics are very similar. Charlie Kirk, brilliant.
Anyone around here is gonna be a master debater? It's me.
He was very cordial. Let's jump back to Sweet Jude.
What?
Saint
I mean, this has to be a troll, right? Why did he use the South Park clip?
Jude knew what sacrificial love was. Because when they were in that horrible abyss during what you guys call...
Does his body ever move? This is a fake guy.
But we all know it's the abyss. When he was in the abyss, he was the last man...
This is the best TikTok I've ever seen because his head isn't down here and there's not text above him and he's not pointing at it. He's sitting in a chair.
Standing for the beloved Casca. And he stood...
Why is he
between
talking
her
like
and
this?
The crushing horde. Fighting for...
How do I
her,
2x speed this?
Not his.
Oh,
now,
here we
one
go.
of the things that the wonderful Erica Kirk said about our friend Charlie is he lived sacrificially. Both were threatened. Charlie got threats all the time on his life. The places he went to speak would get bomb threats, all this sort of thing. Did he ever back down? Heck no. Did St. Jude back down? Heck no. Were the odds against them? Absolutely. But they didn't step down.
This is the
Back
worst
off. Never back
intersection
down.
of things ever. This is like people who like judo, who are obviously brainless and stupid, and people who like Charlie Kirk. Terrible people.
Never what?
They stood their ground, heroically, to the absolute very end. And Jude got to show that kind of sacrificial love at the very end of his life. Because he was defending the
Bro,
woman.
I'll never
I
get
believe it's
over
fair to
it.
say that if it had been someone else that he was trying to escape the abyss with, he would have laid down his life for that person too. So we're talking about the
Remember that the greatest Madoka Magica video of all time, much better than Aliri's video, where they made fun of Sayaka for being a cuckold because she didn't get to fuck her boyfriend she sacrificed her life for. How come we don't make fun of judo the same way? That's all I'm saying.
Giving up your life for a friend, as Jesus would say. Charlie was out there doing his thing, doing it fair, doing it without compromise, taking on all comers, never raising his voice, always with a kindly remark, always looking to find some kind of agreement first and foremost.
Hi, Charlie.
What's your name
Thank
again?
you. Naima, how are you doing?
It's been a while.
He did it like nobody else. And so when Jude died, when St. Jude died, Crystal and I mourned his death. And we sure have mourned the death of Charlie. What a loss. What a loss.
Did he marry a girl named Crystal? That's crazy. You can't marry a girl named... That's a crazy name.
And filled with hilarious performances that would only get better over time, it's the editing that sells every joke and often makes the difference. The editing
True,
was
it's
done
the
by
great Kaiser Neko's fault. It's so
this
funny.
magician, Kaiser Neko. His early episodes had barely any music or sound effects, and the lip flap matching was, let's just say, inconsistent. But in many ways, Dragon Ball Z Abridged is about the creators improving alongside their creation, and Kaiser probably grew more than anybody else across the entire series. His cuts became cleaner, the pacing tightened up, and just by episode 10, you could already see a huge improvement in the beginnings of what this project would become.
It's so crazy how long it's been and how like faint my memories are. I caught up to DBZ Abridged at episode 36. I remember it because I was just so sad I'd caught up. There's like 30 episodes after that nearly, probably including movies. And I remember sometimes it would be they would like come out every month, and then sometimes they'd go like 6 months and you'd completely forget about it. And like waiting for that was crazy. You just remember that DBZA exists, and you tab over and you see how many months it's been. It's like a weird nostalgia of something I never ever think about.
Even small...
And then towards the back end, it was like Blind Wave era, where it was like, oh, it comes out, then like all the shitty little channels get their reaction out early, and then Blind Wave a few days later, and you're like, oh my god, time to watch. And then I think later the normies watched it, right? That's right, the normies, they talked over the Gohan transformation. The comments were very mad.
Choice.
The great Nahid told them all to shut up when the song was playing. The comments loved him.
In early episodes became linked to the show's full identity, like how episodes would end on a joke, cutting off right as a punchline landed with the outro.
Vegeta Jr., no!
Only to then transition
Vegeta
into
Jr., that was a good joke.
a funnier stinger, or eye catch as the creators call it.
Just how old are you?
I am this many.
You didn't raise your hand.
That's how old I am.
That's how old I am.
A little post-credit gag that kept people watching all the way through, or allowed them to add something that didn't make the full cut.
He got bigger.
Season 1 also set up plenty of classic moments, like the growing Raditz joke and making fun of power levels.
All with the same power level as Raditz. That's right. He was so weak, we could actually...
Can you believe how inconsistent Dragon Ball is?
Bro, Raditz is!
Yamcha's death pose being a classic meme.
And we will win!
True.
But maybe more than anything else, it was Nappa who got people through those early episodes.
Vegeta, look! A Pokemon!
I'm gonna catch it.
You, Nappa.
Writing for him was a breeze.
Did he disappear? Or was he never there to be?
Dun dun dun.
Begin with. Oh, wait, there he is.
It was easy because they just made him the most lovable idiot possible, and any stupid thing that came out of his stupid mouth worked perfectly with Taka's delivery.
Patty cake, maker's man. Make me a cake as fast
I remember this joke.
Good effort, but I'm the patty cake champion.
But even more hilarious than Nappa is his dynamic with Vegeta.
Vegeta! What?
I can fly.
I can fly.
Yes, Nappa, yes.
His nose bled, and then he said he was having an aneurysm.
Team 4-Star often addressed anime filler, whether it's fake Namek, Popo's training, Bulma having nothing to do in Season 2 so she just fights crabs. But the filler with Vegeta and Nappa is oddly endearing.
Okay, now boy, catch the ball. Catch the ball.
Namek killed him.
I broke it, Vegeta.
But also how he annoys Vegeta endlessly.
Over there yet? No. Over there yet? No. Over there yet? No. Over there yet?
To the point where DBZ Abridged arguably gives him a better reason for killing Nappa than in the original show.
You okay, Vegeta?
Just an aneurysm out of sheer stupidity.
Wow.
See, I told you I had an aneurysm.
Even foreshadowing his death in a not-so-subtle way.
You know what, Nappa? One of these days you're going to die, and then you'll be out of my hair forever. Vegeta? Vegeta? Vegeta?
It's like the shittiest foreshadowing ever.
Vegeta now
He
being the
just
number one
smiled.
threat, it was time for the final beatdown between him and Goku. But in a parody, this poses a different problem. Similar to the over 9,000 joke that's been memed to oblivion.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power?
It's 900 and something.
Level.
It's 1006.
Oh no, because you got to turn it upside down, you see?
Yeah, kick his ass, Nappa.
What?
I had the scouter upside down. It's over 9,000.
How do you make one of the single most iconic moments in all of anime funny?
Oh, no, no.
But even more than that, they needed to figure out how to write Goku paired with Vegeta. In fact, this would go on to be a
True, they
recurring
kind of made this part serious.
fear of theirs for all future villains.
And that's going to be the part we're going to reiterate this video about how they got the serious parts really right.
In each final showdown. For Cell, they almost have this overtly gay admiration for each other.
I just came to measure you up, and I gotta say, nice.
Maybe you know it.
A real bromance.
Why do you keep calling him handsome?
Because that jawline don't lie, and neither do I.
With Frieza, Goku's such a
Boo,
cheerful
this
idiot.
Dragon Ball Z was good at the beginning.
Frieza actually misses Vegeta's smug trash talk.
He's probably in hell. I don't know. I went to hell once. The only real bad parts were these two
German
oiled-up German guys
guys.
trying to wrestle me. Are you real?
But meanwhile, in Season 1, Vegeta has somehow found someone dumber and more annoying than Nappa on the same day he killed him, and the creators lean into it.
I just realized in my head, Little Karibo and Louis C.K. are the same person. Now that's crazy.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
I thought you were surrounded by
He's going to scream and blow up the thingy.
gumdrops and ice cream.
While Goku is in his element, he's also a true fighting expert.
The amount of concentrated energy caused an extreme expansion in
Chewie got smart when he became a Super Saiyan.
mass. The body can compensate, and while you'll see a 50% power increase, you'll see a 75% decrease in speed and mobility.
But in every other situation, he's hilariously innocent and childlike, where you don't even know.
How do you function?
With their dynamic now sorted out, the creators wasted no time having fun with the final epic episode of the season. But what made episode 10 even more special is that
3 parts.
It was actually 3. Remember, old
True.
YouTube was limited to 10-minute uploads, and that was it. So for the final fight with all the back and forth between Goku, Squeaky Toy,
God, that's hilarious.
Vegeta getting hit in the eye over and over,
Ah, my eye! Why is it always the goddamn eye?
the deer dying from the spirit bomb, this limitation, I think, helped with the pacing. It gave each phase of the fight its own moment to shine instead of cramming everything into one rushed episode.
What's the opposite of Christopher Walken?
Very smart, Team 4-Star. Very smart. I kind of want to check what this video is about. This is about the real Dragon Ball Z.
Alright, you all saw the title and the thumbnail, so here it is.
I vaguely remember this being true, where Bulma, like, even when they were adults, was asking, like, questions
Dragon
about Goku that were, like, flirty and stuff. Oh my god, 555k views. Now, this is a title. Months ago, Bulma liked Goku way more than you remember. And this is easy, because there is just shit and things that nobody's seen in, like, 20 years, but they all talk about and sort of have watched a million YouTube videos about, so they know the general plot line a lot. And when you, like, talk about the specific details, they do make for very interesting videos. Because, like, especially if you rewatch it, you're like, why isn't everybody talking about this? This happens a lot with me when I'm like watching Pokemon. It's funny, it's great. And it's like a short form for easily making interesting videos, like this 500 million view video here. Now let's see what this channel makes. Lots of Dragon Ball stuff. Cloud Strife, the world's strongest marshmallow. Yeah, Naruto probably should have been with Sakura. Goodness, the better story was here. What if Bulma married Goku? True, we're cashing on this idea. What if Bulma married Goku too? How not to write romance featuring Naruto. That's upsetting. Oh, Cloud and Aerith. Of course you mean Eris.
Hear me out. Bulma settled for Vegeta because she couldn't have Goku.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's right. I stand on that one. I don't care. I'm a swamp monster. I like this.
True. Bulma did get married second.
Just hear me out. I've been thinking about this for years, and I finally decided to cobble together everything that made me come to this conclusion. So, sit down and take a listen. I'm gonna prove this to you. Yeah, Bulma is really
I want to see clips.
Goku, but we didn't notice. So, romance and Dragon Ball. Yeah, this is gonna be a weird one, but hear me out. While this franchise intentionally avoids it because Toriyama never was comfortable with writing it, with what I'm about to show you, it clearly points to a sort of
sure that's true.
Author's realization on Toriyama's part that he
remember the whole Gohan arc that was entirely about building up his romance with Videl?
missed an incredible opportunity by putting Goku and Chi-Chi together just because it'd be funny. The fact that this idea of Bulma being interested in Goku on some level comes up multiple times well after Goku was married leads me to believe that perhaps Toriyama realized what he missed out on in hindsight. So, Bulma's feelings...
This is my favorite thing when there's like gags or something or a what if episode. It's always like, especially if you're making a video on the topic, it's always framed as like, I think this truly shows the true intent of the great author here, that they had regrets about their initial decision. I feel like this is in like a bunch of Ginny Hermione videos.
Goku are implied to be
but also
quite
I think
complicated based on what was
J.K.
shown.
Rowling might have said something maybe a little bit like that in a quote or something once, and everybody jumped on it. She said some other things, by the way, about women.
So, Bulma's feelings toward Goku are implied to be quite complicated based on what was shown in all of Dragon Ball and Z. From the end of Dragon Ball and onward, these feelings...
When Goku first comes back and he's a tall guy, Bulma says, "Who's this sexy little fella?" And then blushes or something, I'm pretty sure.
Never really been truly platonic. In fact, Toriyama's editor during the original Dragon Ball's run even recommended putting them together at the end of Dragon Ball. And if he listened to his editor back in the day, it would have opened the way for some incredible story beats in the Android and...
Bro, that shit's stupid AF.
Cell arc.
Chi-Chi's right there.
The best arc in all of Dragon Ball. And I'm not going to explain...
Remember how mean Chi-Chi was? That shit was crazy.
Why? You should already know. Anyway, this video is going to explain why Goku probably should have married Bulma instead. But first, we'll start with the basics.
They're just best pals. Remember that great Endless Jest video about how Dragon Ball is just about the family Gohan and Goku and Bulma make?
So for those of you who either
without having sexual relations,
watch Dragon Ball or only caught Z during its heyday on Toonami, you may have missed a couple of nuances.
If we have time, we're gonna watch that video after I get bored with this video.
That I'm about to point out. Here's the thing. Goku and Bulma have known each other for years, and even when they were kids, she'd come to rely on him.
I want to see the funny little clips. The greatest parts of Dragon Ball Z are the weird ones where Bulma and Chi-Chi get a scene just hanging out, smoking cigarettes or something and saying, "What about those boys, huh?" And they always say something funny. Or the party scenes where everybody's together for no reason.
Implicitly trust Goku to come through for everyone when it counted most. So when that's...
I can hear Chi-Chi saying Mr. Satan in my head for some reason, probably at the post-Boo fight. Because I think they have a big party right before the flash forward, right? Or maybe it's after the flash forward, because it's like, Gohan isn't here yet because he's reading books, but Pan's over there beating the shit out of somebody. What a great little girl she is. Can't wait for Dragon Ball GT.
Scruffy looking kid she'd come to trust and rely on shows up to the 23rd World Tournament looking like this. Well...
Maybe you can't tell who I am because of this thing on my head.
True, see, I told you.
I'll take it off so I'll look a little more like me.
That's funny. The great Toriyama had the foresight. You can't have him show it with his hair and have them not recognize him. We gotta make this smart.
He has hair like this.
Lady. Balloon.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Bulma, what happened? It looks like your lips are bleeding.
No, it's called lipstick, you moron!
It really is Goku.
Goku, you...
God, I didn't want to see this. I want to get the payoff of this in episode 133.
Better hurry up and sign in. Yes, sir. Okay, I'll be right back.
It's unbelievable. Who would have thought...
See, it's always this. It's also always after Goku walks away and she does this little thingy.
Goku could grow up to be so tall and handsome. Just wait! After Yamcha will look even better!
True.
So not only does Bulma find Goku attractive, but he's also the kindest, most reliable person that she knows. What's going on internally here is that she is reassessing her already close relationship with Goku and now dealing with a new layer that is...
And that Yamcha guy she's gonna dump.
Attraction to him now that he's grown up. If she had just a little bit more than like a day to process her feelings, she probably would have taken a shot with Goku.
Chi-Chi did show up a day later. Chi-Chi's already there. She's already in the tournament.
Relationship stays where it is, and that's that. You know, Goku gets married, and that's the end of it. No, not really. This happens again in Dragon Ball Z.
Come on, we got work to do.
Let's go.
Not Dragon Ball Z Kai, a fake-ass series.
Goku's here. And you know, for the first time, I'm starting to realize how handsome he's become. Sure, Yamcha's still sort of my boyfriend, but a girl can wonder.
Ew. This shitty redub is terrible. It's so funny. In my head, I don't think the Kai voices. No, I remember thinking Gohan was way different and was good, even when I was a kid. But I think Bulma's is different, right? Yeah, definitely, now that I'm thinking about it. It's also funny that Kai is, like, still 4/3, isn't it? Like, they should have just waited a few seconds. What do you think is the motivation behind shipping videos like this one? I think they just noticed this and they want to frame it in a larger way, but as you start framing it, you start to believe it. I don't know, it's like a weird thing, but I know exactly where it came from. And initially, he just thought this was like a cool thing he noticed, where there's weird things where Bulma wants to fuck Goku. But now it's like a big thing because you have to exclaim it to the world and you want to show it off in the biggest way possible or something. Does this guy think that Bulma is hotter? Bulma is hotter, bro. Bulma's the best. But Chi-Chi's just mean, and she's yelling all the time, and she doesn't like that they are fighting guys.
Maybe I missed the boat on that one.
It's a Goku cloud.
Yeah, you heard that right. This scene on Namek is also in the manga. That's not filler. Toriyama wrote that in himself. He put it in the final draft of his chapter before he handed it in to Shonen Jump.
Also, like, all these things are just like little power fantasy things, right? All the bitches want Goku. It's great.
I think even he realized in hindsight that he should have put Goku and Bulma together instead of bringing back Chi-Chi. Like, it begs the question, why would an author that has openly refused
It does beg the question.
and touch romance put this in the story? While Bulma was a bit of a gooner during this stretch of the story, her thoughts on Goku are shown in a more serious light than, say,
True, she wanted to fuck Zarbon. That was representative of her true
how she felt attracted to Zarbon, which was mainly played for laughs. Like, this wasn't played for laughs. It's a pensive moment when the character's alone. Toriyama could have just gone to the next scene and got on with the Namek saga, but he went out of his way to draw Bulma daydreaming about Goku and lamenting that she never got a chance.
I forgot that that's what this video is called, The Accidental Profundity of DBZ. I feel like I say profundity all the time. It's definitely because of this. Since when did he have a Crash Bandicoot review?
To be with him. You gotta ask, like, why is he bringing this back now of all times? It's not like it was foreshadowing anything.
Shut up, I just want to see the clips. Oh, this is like Trunks shit.
He's that strong enough to make a difference?
Oh yes, he can make a difference, all right. But it's not just
She's
how strong he is.
relying on Goku, can you believe it?
How is that my fault?
You said you were wearing
DBZ abridged.
protection.
I was wearing my armor.
You're a moron.
Well, what do you expect me to do about it?
What you're going to do is help me raise our child.
Hold on, Chi-Chi looking kinda hot in this scene. Look at this.
It's just not the same without him, is it? Gosh, you really care for Goku. Hey, I know. How about we
Chi-Chi tries to swap husbands.
trade mates? Vegeta for Goku. Vegeta's not as sweet, but he's certainly more dependable. I think it evens out.
Hey, I'm available, ladies. What do you say, huh?
We're talking an even trade. We don't want to downgrade.
Yo.
Fans, I know y'all are bad at this, but there's this thing called subtext, okay? Look at Bulma's face, dude. She's legitimately thinking about it right now.
True.
You know why? Take into consideration everything I've shown you.
Subtext exists, guys. Let's get real. Alternative marriages. Oh, which kids would they have? True. Chi-Chi and Krillin can have a kid. That's pretty epic. Hold on, we're watching this.
Dragon Ball Z is one of the most influential cartoons ever made.
Cartoons, we love it.
But Akira Toriyama never really cared about that. He just wanted to make an adventure. Something cool and exciting and fun for kids. And there's an entire generation who can tell you how well he succeeded. Dragon Ball Z was my
10 years ago. Do you think this is 2015? I feel like this is like 2014. 2015, goddamn.
Toast and jam as a kid, in that special way that sticks with you well into adulthood. I loved the fights, and the action, and the characters, everything about it. But it wasn't until a bit later, when I saw the original series, Dragon Ball, that I came to understand something about the franchise as a whole that I never really picked up on before. Bulma is the main character. This realization changed the way I look at the
this is the greatest fucking song of all time. Slow this fucking video down.
When I say that Bulma is the main character, that's not to say that Goku isn't. Nor is it to diminish the role of Vegeta or Gohan or Piccolo or Krillin. The series did a fantastic job of utilizing an ensemble cast. However, when reflecting on the series as a whole, it's apparent that Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z together is essentially the story of these two characters. How they grow up and evolve through life, how they attract other friends, and how that circle of friends becomes more like a family. In the very first episode of Dragon Ball, these are the first two characters we meet, and their decision to travel together is how the series begins. When they first meet, Goku and Bulma are polar opposites, but quickly develop a chemistry and sort of complete each other. And even though it's not apparent yet, they're both heroic and gifted in their own way. Bulma seems like an ordinary teenage girl at this point. She's spoiled, bratty, dramatic, and flirtatious, and because of this, her talents aren't immediately apparent. But before long, it becomes clear that she's resourceful and a technological genius. On the other hand, Goku doesn't appear ordinary at all. He has a tail, he lives in the wilderness, he's super strong. Even though he's innocent to a fault and completely naive about the world, it's obvious that he's special. These two characters are like balls of clay, both with faults but brimming with potential. And as they set off together in search of the Dragon Balls, they also begin the journey towards their true potential. Really, a journey that lasts for the rest of their lives. Akira Toriyama isn't one to think about artsy-fartsy stuff. He's said that he never cared about his story being anything but entertaining, and I respect that. Dragon Ball is a show about adventure. Dragon Ball Z is a show about action. It never wanted nor tried to be anything deeper than that. But just because something is designed to be straightforward doesn't mean it can't become more than the sum of its parts. And when you look at these two shows together as two halves of one story, it becomes something else entirely. It's a story about family, about life and the passage of time, about friends who grow up together, and even though their adult lives take them in different directions, they always come together again when it matters. It's not just about fighting. After all, some of the most memorable episodes are the ones that take place between major arcs, when the characters are just taking it easy and enjoying each other's company. And in addition to that, there's also so many episodes that are just about training, seeking new plateaus of strength, bettering themselves, and raising their power levels. That's the big clue. The true constant theme that runs through the entirety of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z is growth. And that's life, isn't it? At 25, I'm not the same as the 8-year-old who first watched this show. But if any,
Unless just needs to calm down with the age comparisons here. I got a year to make a video this good.
25, I'm not the same as the 8-year-old.
Endless Stress has always been 30. He was never 25.
Who first watched this show. But if anything, I can appreciate it more now than I did then, because if these characters teach us anything, it's that getting older doesn't have to be scary. It can be an adventure.
Oh, it even resonates even better now. Now that's a fucking YouTube video. How about these fucking morons take some fucking notes? It is so great, and I feel like I don't know if I've ever made a video like this, but the Digibro videos were so good at this. Like a 3-minute and 50-second video, and it feels like if I had watched this when I was like 15, this would be the entire lens in which I viewed Dragon Ball through forever. Because it's like it feels like you just watched all of Dragon Ball again. It feels like you understand the point now. It feels like you now have full understanding of it when it was just a framing of things through like a certain lens. Oh, it's so good. We need to make total overview, thematic, put them all into one in 3 minutes and 50 seconds for our videos. We should be able to do this about fucking Denji. Wait, I could totally do this about Denji. Instead of going into shitty, dumb details, just flash the details on screen for a second. This is a audio-visual medium. I'm not going to do it, though, because I'm too vain, and I want to go on for 25 minutes. It would actually be such a good idea if it was like, Denji doesn't character development, retard. What is life? Life is about being miserable. What Denji is? Miserable. But don't feel bad for him, because it's funny. And don't expect him to character development, moron. Report back when you've character developed. Oh, you haven't? Never? Not once in your life? Then shut the fuck up. There you go, there's the video. It's pretty good. Anyway, we're going flat at an alarming rate. We reacted to some videos this evening. We caught up on some other things. We're off to a hot start here in October. And by hot start, I mean uploaded 2 secondary ENT videos and streamed ones. But let's get to the main attractions here. Let's make some big videos. Maybe I should just do it as an exercise. Try and make the Denji video 3 minutes and 50 seconds long and see what I think. Probably not a good idea. Even that great video, I think, only had like 18,000 views. Even though it's the greatest YouTube video ever made. Sad. Anyway, I will be leaving now. I'll probably, over the next 4 days I have off, at least one of them I'll be seriously depressed at my lack of progression on all of my goals, and I will say, fuck it, I may as well stream. So look forward to that. Now, if you don't hear from me, that might mean things are going good. But things never go good, so... Okay.